a very pleasant afternoon to you, and welcome to this week's edition of the Polka Video Show. You are in for some exciting fun and excitement for the next half hour. You know, we start our third season here on ETC, and we're going to be previewing the entire month of September right here on this program. So settle back and get in your easy chair and watch as we preview the exciting third season of Polka Videos here on ETC. You know, our season coincides with the Bears opening tomorrow at Soldier Field, and we have some footage that we had shot down at Soldier Field for Fan Appreciation Day. As a matter of fact, it happened to be on the same day that Jim McMahon was traded to the San Diego Chargers. Is that where he was traded? Am I right? Okay. You know, me and football, we don't get along too well. If it was a circus, I'd know exactly what was happening. But anyway, on this program, like I said, we're going to be previewing the entire month of September here on the program this afternoon. We're going to be showing you a little bit of clips. Next week, I'll be joined for a Polka Video Spotlight with Emily Pinner, who is a longtime friend of the Chicagoland area, has been a dance exhibitionist, has been with the International Polka Association for many years. She'll be joining me next week. And then in 2 weeks, we will be showing you our second anniversary show recorded from the IPA Festival and Convention at the Ramada O'Hare Hotel this past August. On the 30th, you want to be here for a brand new and exciting segment called the Polka Combat. I'm sure you've been seeing the promos on the station here as well as through Group W, and we'll be telling you a little bit more about that as we get into the program. We had planned to talk to several of the Bears players at this Fan Appreciation Day, but because of the circumstances with Jim McMahon being traded, we only got a chance to talk to Richard Dent, and we'll be showing you that a little bit later. So we'll be showing you some videos that have to do with the Bears, and of course, we'll be previewing each of the shows that you'll be seeing right here on our brand new and exciting third season here on ETC. And we'll be back with some footage from Soldier Field right after these announcements. The International Polka Association is in need of necessary funds to maintain and expand the Polka Music Hall of Fame and Museum. Under the IPA's proprietorship, artifacts, recordings, music, and instruments from polka music's past are being preserved for the essential documentation of the music's history. Help preserve polka music's rich tradition by donating to the IPA Building Fund. Send your tax-deductible contributions to the IPA Building Fund, 4145 South Kedzie, Chicago, Illinois, 60632, and support the IPA Hall of Fame Building Fund. This year's annual Fall Polka Cruise with Eddie Blazonczyk's Versatones takes you to the sunny Mexican Riviera. Your sailing dates are October 22nd through October 29th aboard the fun ship, the TSS Tropical. Ports of call include beautiful Puerto Vallarta, Mazatlan, Cabo San Lucas, and complete fly cruise rates start at just $1,135 per person, and everything's included. Round-trip airfare, transfer, stateroom, all your meals, exciting casino, star-studded shows nightly, and live polka music with Eddie Blazonczyk's Versatones. A wide variety of shipboard activities are also included. Don't miss the boat on this 7-day Mexican Riviera Fall Polka Cruise with Eddie Blazonczyk's Versatones from October 22nd through the 29th. For reservations, contact Beller Enterprises at 7208 South Harlem Avenue in Bridgeview or call 594-5182. Phone 594-5182.
Bear down, Chicago Bears. Make every play pave the way to victory. Bear down, Chicago Bears. Put up a fight with the might so fearlessly. We'll never forget the way you thrilled the nation with your T formation. Bear down, Chicago Bears, and let them know you'll be wearing the crown. You're the pride and joy of Illinois. Chicago Bears, bear down.
What a studio audience we have here in the studio today here at ETC. As I mentioned, next week joining me will be Emily Muha Pinner, who for many years has been a dance exhibitionist in the Chicagoland area, as well as being the president, the first woman to be elected into the IPA Hall of Fame in the living category. She'll be here next week. You know, Polka Video Spotlight brings you and continues to bring you some of the biggest and brightest stars in the polka field today, and we're celebrating our one-year anniversary of Polka Video Spotlight next week. But coming on future shows will be Al Jelinek from the Chi-Town Express. Also joining me here will be Dick Piller from Uncasville, Connecticut, Jimmy Weber from the Sounds Orchestra from Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, and we'll continue to bring you the biggest names in the polka field on a little in-close and in-depth interview segment that we call Polka Video Spotlight. Combined with Polka Video Spotlight each month, starting next week, will be Polka Review, which is another new segment for the Polka Video Show. Polka Review, once a month, along with Polka Video Spotlight, will be highlighting some of the newest and latest releases in the polka field in the way of LPs and cassettes. We'll tell you about, we'll give you a chance to listen to some of the albums. We have some pre-released music that you'll be at a chance to listen to before any of the public is allowed to buy the albums. We'll be telling you where you can obtain them, and as well as some of the new and brightest songs that are out on the market today. Let's continue though with the Bears, and let's get some fan reaction now from Soldier Field and how they feel that the Bears are going to fare without Jim McMahon this year. What's your name?
Arnie Rosen.
Arnie, what do you think about the dismissal of Jim McMahon?
It was shocking, I guess. You know, he's done so much for Chicago, the Super Bowls and everything else. But in a sense, kind of grateful, because you always knew eventually somehow he'd get hurt. I mean, if he's just accident prone or what, but it always seemed to be toward the end of the season or right when the Bears really needed him. And there was a rush to try and get everybody back in. So it'd be nice to give Harbaugh a try. Tom Zach is already in. And at least get maybe some steadiness.
Do you think Tom Zach can carry the team this year?
I think he can. I think he's got the confidence he needs.
Let's have the worst scenario possible, okay? Tom Zach gets hurt, Jim Harbaugh's got to play, and maybe Jim Harbaugh gets hurt. Then what happens?
Brent Snyder then is immediately put into something he probably doesn't want to get into yet. But the thing is, at least you're sure of, though, you knew eventually McMahon would get hurt. I mean, hopefully he doesn't. You don't want to see him hurt at all. But you know something's going to happen, his knees or something. Now you have, Tom Zach doesn't seem to get hurt as much. If it does, you just punt, I guess.
Well, I'm a little sad about it, but if it's better for the team and if it's better for Jim, then I wish him all the luck in the world.
Do you think that the Bears have a shot this year?
Absolutely.
What is their game plan now with Mike Tomczyk at the helm?
I really don't know that. I wish both Tom Zach and Jim Harbaugh the best of luck also. Either one of them, they're both great, I think.
I don't know. I'm not like a Jim McMahon fan.
You're not? What's your favorite Bear player?
Mike Tomczak.
Why do you say that? Because he's the new quarterback?
Yeah.
How about you, George? What do you think? You think the Bears can do just as good as they did with Jim McMahon as without him?
Yeah.
Why do you say that?
Because.
Because why?
Because good coach. Because Mike Dick is a good coach.
Let's ask Dad. What does Dad think?
I think the Bears will do all right. I think there was a lot of hard feelings between Mike Dick and Jim McMahon.
You know, that's funny. We heard all the quotes today on the radio and on the news, and it's hard to believe that Ditka said that he's happy that he finally left. But he's the guy that brought him the Super Bowl.
Well, things just didn't work out the way that he had probably planned a few years ago. So, Jim is his own kind, and Mike's his own kind. And, their two personalities just didn't meld together. So maybe it's better off that he goes to San Diego and, things will calm down and we can get things underway. I think we have a lot of good players. I think we'll be able to go all the way this year.
It feel to live with the original Grabowski?
Well, it's probably no different than living with any Grabowski. I said, they're all the same.
We're Grabowski's wild and free. What you get is what you see. We like to bump, we like to shuffle. We may wiggle, but we don't wiggle. We like to work, we love to play. We do them both about the same way. So on your feet, it's time to hustle. Let's all do the Grabowski show. Here come the Grabowskis, baby. Don't do nothing halfway. Don't believe in maybe, no.
Sometimes he's a little tougher, I guess, because he has a lot more responsibility than most people. And to deal with these young kids is the greatest job in the world.
Does Mike, when Mike leaves Soldier Field, does he bring the job home with him, or does he leave it here when he leaves the locker room?
No, he never brings it home. In fact, we don't even talk about the game until maybe we sit down for dinner, you know, after we get to the restaurant or something. And I don't bring it up, and if there's something that he disliked or liked, then I let him bring it up.
How does it feel also to be with a man who was just enshrined into the Pro Football Hall of Fame a few weeks ago? It's got to feel great, huh?
That was a wonderful thing. I mean, that's the ultimate in the NFL, and it was well-deserved and long, long overdue.
Billy Grabowski from the start takes plenty of work and plenty of heart. To be a Grabowski through and through, gotta show me you can and go out and do it. The more you try, the more you get done. Along the way, you gotta have fun. Grab your partner, a one and a two. The Grabowski Shuffle is just for you. We're Grabowski's wild and free. What you get is what you see. We like to bubble, we like to shuffle. We may wiggle, but we don't roll. We like to work, we love to play. We do them both about the same way. So on your feet, it's time to hustle. Let's all do the Grabowski Shuffle. We are the Grabowskis, baby. Don't do nothing halfway. Don't believe in maybe. No, baby, no. We are the Grabowskis, baby. Don't do nothing halfway. Don't believe in maybe. No.
Chicagoland's leader in van and truck accessories is Keystone Supply. Sales, service, installations. Now at their new and spacious location, 4600 West Lawrence Avenue. Whether it's one truck or a fleet, Keystone has the equipment and service you need. Chicagoland's foremost name in van and truck equipment. They stock and carry a complete inventory of racks, shelves, cross boxes, saddle boxes, as well as ladders and tools. 15 years experience. Call 736-4124 Keystone at their new location, 4600 West Lawrence Avenue in Chicago. Whether it's hard to find albums or you're in need of a costume for a special occasion, Beverly Records is the name for you to know. Beverly has 4 locations throughout Chicagoland, LP, CDs, and more, over 100,000 in inventory. Beverly is Chicagoland's premier costume house, from a nun to a fox and everything in between. Visit Beverly Records South at 11612 and 11628 Southwestern in Chicago, at 5608 West Cermak and Cicero, or their northwest side location at 6710 West Belmont. For rare records and costumes, it's Beverly. We're back, and we're reviewing the entire month of September. What you're going to be seeing right here on the Polka Video Show as we start our 3rd season of Polka Video programs right here on ETC. I mentioned at the top of the show that on September 23rd, we'll be celebrating our 2nd anniversary, and we did that at the IPA Convention and Festival last August at the Ramada O'Hare. And joining me on that program performing will be Dick Pillar and his Polka-bration band from Uncasville, Connecticut, along with Grammy nominee Jimmy Weber and his Sounds Orchestra from Pittsburgh. Also, Ray J and the Carousels, who you saw last month on Polka Video Spotlight, will be joining me, along with Eddie Blazończyk and his Versatones. Also, we'll be dragging in here the president and head kahuna of ETC, Ron Yashinsky-Herbert. My producer, Frank Chambers, will be joining us. And also, I think this year we're going to get the people that you don't see on camera to come out and talk about the Polka Video Show, like Mike Cassidy and Bill Mitchell and some of the other folks that have worked on the Polka Video Show will be telling you what they think as we celebrate our 2nd anniversary and we start our 3rd season here on ETC. Let's give you a little glimpse right now of Dick Pillar and his Polka-bration band from Uncasville, Connecticut, as he'll be joining me on September the 23rd for our 2nd anniversary program.
that clock on the wall as we're dancing this evening away. Clock, tick, tock, tick, 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 tock goes my heart with the clock, beating time while you people swing and sway. Clock, tick, tock, tick, 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 tock is that rhythm they play, and I know that it won't make you feel blue. Clock, tick, tock, ticky, ticky, tick, tick, tock goes my heart like the clock. Don't they know that we're playing just for you? Hey-I-E-I-E-I-O. 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 E-I-O. E-I-O. Everybody. E-I-E-I-E-I-O. 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 E-I-E-I-O. Let's sing this one together.
Merry dance with me. Oh, the merry dance till 3. Swirl and dance all night. Everything will be all right. Oh, the merry dance with me. Oh, the merry dance till 3. Swirl and dance all night. Everything will be all right.
Be an active member in the IPA, the oldest polka organization in the country. Now in its 21st year, the IPA houses the Polka Music Hall of Fame and Museum. Its membership takes part in all IPA activities, monthly meetings, monthly polka parties, newsletters, inside information, and more. Join for only $12.50 per year, and you can belong to the Cadillac of Polka organizations, the IPA. Write the IPA at 4145 South Kedzie, Chicago 60632. Reduced rates for seniors. Preserve polka music by becoming an active member in the IPA. On September 30th, the program that all Chicago is talking about, Polka Combat, will be premiering right here on ETC. We have invited 25 of our closest and personal friends to join us here in the ETC studio, along with, well, some of the top polka celebrities, not only in Chicago, but when we can get them, in the nation. I'll tell you what, a close personal friend and associate that I had spent a couple of years with is going to be joining me on the Polka Combat. We are reunited again after about 8 years. We taped this interview a couple weeks ago. Let's go right to it now, and we'll tell you a little bit more about the big premiere of Polka Combat coming September 30th right here on ETC. Right now in this segment, joining me is a gentleman that I spent a couple of years with many, many years ago on radio, WTAQ. He's coming back to join me here on a new segment called Polka Combat, starting in 3 weeks right here on ETC. It's my proud privilege and honor to introduce to you Mr. Jeff Chester. Jeff, good afternoon and welcome.
Thank you, Keith. It's a pleasure to be working with you again. It really is.
And that $10 I slipped you didn't hurt either, right? Jeff, we go back to, what, about 1980?
Yeah, 1980, 81.
81. We started on WTAQ radio.
Right.
Back when it was had all types of ethnics on it. Now it's, what is this? What is it called? You know better.
Oh, it's La Americana.
There you go.
It's all Spanish and Mexican music, and it's a fine station. I listen to it every day.
But anyway, we went to high school together, and we started at the Schaumburg Polka Association. You remember those days?
Oh, you started the Schaumburg Polka Association. I had nothing to do with that.
Well, you got involved with it, and we started attending affairs and dances, and the next thing you knew, we were on the radio together.
Yeah, and it was a lot of fun, too, when we first got started, and some of the first shows we did, it was quite a bit of fun. You know, this television's a little bit different because we're doing it taped, and when we did the radio show, it was always live, and always some interesting things would come up, as you well know.
Yeah. Jeff was kind of like the forerunner to Rick Rizutko, I guess. I don't know if that's a compliment or not. It was kind of like in a more milder sense. And then you bought out of the picture a couple of years down the road for reasons which we can't express on this program.
Yes, we can. No, I started working with another fine polka personality in Chicago, Tim Oksheshik, on Friday nights. It was something that I wanted to do, something new. We started doing new things when we were on the radio together, bringing new life to the polka radio in Chicago. And we wanted to try the Friday night thing, and I thought that worked out just fine. And then when I got off the show with Tim, I started doing every day, every afternoon with Jim Yashala, and that was fun, and you know, it was a great experience. Great experience.
Well, as the folks will see, in 2 weeks we have our anniversary show, and you joined me at the IPA Festival and Convention this past August at the Ramada O'Hare. And it was at that time that I was looking for a co-host for this new segment called Polka Combat, and the wheels clicked, and I said to myself, you know, this is the perfect co-host for this type of program. We'll give you a little bit of an insight as to what's going to happen here on September 30th. We don't want to give the whole thing away. You've been seeing the promos, I know. What's going to happen is we're going to invite some of the biggest and brightest stars in the polka field today, and they're going to go through kind of like beat the clock type of games. And we're going to have live studio audience with us each month. And at the end of, we're going to go do this every month, once a month, till the end of May. And then at which time we crown our Polka Television Championship. And we're going to buy him a farm and a car and all kinds of things or something like that, right? What else have you been up to? We should mention that you married the IPA Polka Queen.
That's right. I married Barb Malinowski, who was the Polka Queen in 1982-83, I believe.
And how long ago were you got married? How long ago?
We got married, which will be 4 years ago, September 28th. And we're real happy. We have a home in the suburbs. Barb misses Wisconsin, of course. We go up there and visit every once in a while, though. And unfortunately, we haven't been going out to too many polka things, but now with this new involvement, might be something to get us back going again.
You know, you haven't been out in the field per se as maybe I have, and I haven't been out that much lately either because this television show takes a lot away from me. But you come around to some of the major festivals,
Right.
and I do a segment on this program called Polka Video Spotlight. And you come around, and what do you see happening in the polka field? Do you think that we're progressing, or are we digressing, or is there more younger people being involved? Or
Well, back in the early 80s when it seemed like we were having the most fun, it just seemed like more of the young people were out having a good time, and now the young people have all grown up and got married and moved on to careers and things, and they don't have the time for it as they used to. You know, the older people that go out, that have been going out for years and years, are still going out, and they're having a good time, and the bands are just as good. It's unfortunate, though, that it just doesn't seem like there's as many places for the bands to play in Chicago as there were 6 years ago. Here on the Northwest Side, there's you know, there's nothing going on anymore when it used to be the hotbed of polka music in the Chicago area.
That's true. That's true. We're going to be back here in 3 weeks together, and I think we're going to have it'll be a wild time. I don't think anything involving polka personalities has been done like this in Chicago television. You've got your sloppy double dare or whatever, and we're going to get into some of those a little bit later on, but it's a great chance for you, the viewer, to come down and join us here for this new segment called Polka Combat once a month, and we'll be telling you how to obtain tickets to the program, and it's a great chance for you to also win some valuable prizes, which we'll be giving away to the studio audience right here at ETC.
That sounds great. Let me try one of your pencils.
You want to try one? Yeah. I saw a guy on NBC do this once, you know. But anyway, the cannons are loaded.
All right.
And the grenades are, we're going to pull the pins out of the grenades, right? And we're going to have a lot of fun right here on Polka Videos, a new segment called Polka. You look ridiculous. We're going to have a lot of fun on a new segment called Polka Combat. Coming September 30th right here on Polka Videos on ETC. Jeff, we'll see you in 3 weeks.
All right, sir.
Great to have you here. Right now, we'll be returning right after these announcements.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls,
Circus Vargas, America's largest traveling big top circus. Come celebrate an all-new 20th anniversary extravaganza. Free children's coupons at participating Cub food stores. Circus Vargas now in Chicago and coming to Naperville, Villa Park, and Joliet. Tickets available at participating malls. Ticketmaster and Circus Vargas. See family entertainment at its finest. See Circus Vargas.
Hi, I'm Keith Strauss.
And I'm Jeff Chester. We're hiding out in this bunker awaiting the Polka Combat, premiering on Polka Videos September 30th, right here on Channel 25.
You'll see Chicago's top polka personalities pitted against one another in frantic, frenzied battle.
We're enlisting your viewership.
So tune in to Channel 25, Chicago's home on cable.
Get your hands off my grenade.
We're joined right now by Richard Dent. Richard, with all the controversy coming out today about the quarterback situation, how do you think the Bears are going to fare this year?
It's going to be pretty tough. Jim McMahon is, one of my best buddies on the team, and I'm going to miss him. It's going to be pretty tough to rely on two quarterbacks, more than anything. I call Jim our ace in the hole, and we don't have him anymore. So it's going to be pretty tough on us, but, we're going to have to put forward a tougher effort.
How do you think Tomczyk can carry you?
Well, we look like we don't have a choice right now. He's going to have to carry us. He's going to have to carry the offense, and the defense really going to have to carry him. That's the only way you win Super Bowls, is by having a great defensive team.
Richard, thanks. Go get him this year.
All right.
Well, there you have it, the entire rundown of what will be happening here on ETC for the entire month of September as we start our third season here of the Polka Video Show. You've got Polka Videos, Polka Video Spotlight, Polka Review, and the new and exciting Polka Combat coming your way right here on ETC each and every Saturday and then once again on Wednesday. The blue and the orange are here. Let's hope the Bears pull it out tomorrow against the Cincinnati Bengals. My name's Keith Strauss. We'll be looking for you next week on Polka Video Spotlight. And don't forget to mark your calendars for the 30th as the Polka Combat explodes here at ETC. My name's Keith Strauss. Good night.
ETC, Ethnic Television Chicago. We bring people home.
You're tuned to WCW TV, Channel 25. What Chicago watches.